So Jim, been back at the Cooper Associates County around about a week now. What's it feel like to be back and back in business?
Oh, it's fantastic. The winters, although it's good fun being back in Australia, there's certainly just a sort of sense of waiting to get back into cricket, back into sort of training with Somerset and with the main sort of team and getting the whole squad together. And it's a really exciting part of the year, this sort of March time, although it's cold and wet and all that sort of thing. It's really exciting to be all together, and yeah, just can't wait for the season to start now.
Of course, we've had one 3-day game that was cut a bit short, but got a bit of time out in the middle and got your bowling boots on as well.
Yeah, it's all sort of part of this time of year really. As you get older, you sort of get used to the aches and pains and the cold weather, and playing in Australia or bowling and batting indoors is very different to March, April, certainly in England. So it's more acclimatising to being back outside in the wet and the wind and the cold and different conditions. So yeah, that game was a fantastic way back in for us. I think everyone was out there for at least half an hour and everyone got to field. And yeah, just a good start, getting ready for the rest of the warm-up games now.
New keeper with us this year, Steve Davis behind the stumps.
Yeah, it's great.
Good knock as well.
Yeah, well, I've seen him get a lot of his hundreds, I reckon, in the games I've played against him, but undoubtedly one of the best players, I think, in the country, full stop, let alone batting keepers. As I say, I've seen a lot of him from the opposition side, and seen him make a heap of runs in all formats, so really exciting to play with him. I think he's a very good signing, obviously, and a very nice lad as well, so 2 good points there. And
you're captain of the one-day sides this year, and Tom's captain of the Champo side. I mean, that's going to be different with Tom in charge, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's exciting. If nothing else, it's really exciting. And I really hope for his sake it starts well and goes well. He's obviously a lovely lad, great lad, a real local Somerset boy. He's going to have his own ideas, hopefully. He's already shown by example what he's all about. He's the most enthusiastic guy around, still loves the game, loves the club obviously, so from that point of view he's got a lot going for him already. Hopefully gets the support he deserves as captain, because it is a tough job at any stage in your life, and I don't think he's going to be surprised by how hard it is, but it certainly sort of gets to you the first sort of few times you do it. But you can see a really good, hopefully a good future for him doing it for a long time. And if he starts well, that'll certainly make it a lot easier for him. But yeah, really exciting to work with him because, as I say, leads by example with his actions. He's not probably a massive one for talking, more by what he does, and I think that's a great way to lead. So I'm looking forward to playing with him and under him, and also obviously the flip side of that is one-day cricket too. So just a really exciting time of year, as I say.
And one-day cricket as captain, 50 overs, we had a pretty good season last season, didn't quite get there in the end, but I mean, how are you viewing that we're going to step on and move forward and get there in the end this time?
Yeah, I said a few times last year I thought we were a year ahead of where I thought we'd be. I thought last year we'd build on the year before, and then have a good crack this year, but last year I think we're probably the best side in the country, really, from what I saw. We had sort of a bad hour against Warwickshire and that cost us, but apart from that we played good cricket all year round. So I expect us to do at least as well this year, really. I think if you don't improve on the last year's results, then you've got to look at why, and we've got arguably a stronger team and guys a year older and a year wiser, so I don't see why we wouldn't do better than last year. And once you get to Lords, that's obviously going to be our aim. Once you get there, anything can happen on the day, so I'm hugely excited by the 50 over comp. I think the hardest bit about it is going to be picking the team. We've got genuinely 14, 15 guys who are some of the best players in the country, quite simply, so that's going to be a tough one, but I guess it's all for good reasons and it's all for success for the club.
And of course Steve Davis will be a useful addition to your side there, won't he?
Yeah, well, as I say, he's a useful addition to every side. I'm pretty sure it was last year he got 100 in the semi-final for Surrey, so we could have done with him doing that for us at Birmingham, but yeah, I'm really excited by him being in the team. Not 100% sure whether he'll keep or not. It'll just be a bit of a workload thing throughout the season, I think, but certainly opening the batting, the way he plays, the amount of hundreds he's already scored, I'm sure he's going to get plenty more, so I'm glad they're for us, not against us.
And T20, where do you see us being with that this year? We were inconsistent last year, weren't we?
That's a nice way of putting it, I think. If we were inconsistent, we probably would have won more games, to be honest with you. No, we had a very poor year. Couldn't get any momentum. We changed things around a lot to try and get that formula right, and never quite found it. So It was a frustrating year in the T20. For every good performance, we seemed to step back and make the same mistakes again. So I found that frustrating, and I know all the players and coaches did. So it's going to be about doing better this year than we did last. Deciding if it's a year where we're going to do what we did 2 years ago in the 50 over comp and look at, using it as a bit of experience, or if we're going to sort of have a real good crack at it, because there's two different ways to go about it. But no, we need to improve clearly. And from my point of view, having worked with the guys for a year now in T20 cricket, I think I'm in a better position to understand what I can and can't ask certain players to do. Whereas I was going in maybe a little bit blind to that last year and made a lot of mistakes myself on the way. So a year wiser myself as well is always good. And obviously the addition of Steve in that too, is obviously a hell of a player in that tournament, coupled with our current players also having another year, means we should do better. And I would like to think we can make a quarter-final in that. If we go any further than that, is all up to the day, but quarter-final has to be the initial aim, I think.
I guess having Dean Elgar here with us is going to be a big boost to that as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much T20 he's available for, but certainly 50 over cricket he's an international player, so he's going to be a good player. I don't know exactly the fixtures, how it works out with him in T20, but yeah, I mean, any international cricketer is more than welcome in any team I captain, that's for sure.
And of course, there's a real hunger for one-day cricket down there. There's hunger for all sorts of cricket, but Somerset traditionally has been a one-day hotbed, and the punters come in in their droves, don't they, to cheer you on. It'd be nice to feel you're going to reward them in some way this year. Do you feel?
Yeah, definitely. As you say, we get good crowds. I think Championship cricket is still, the main focus of the club, and that's fine. But as you say, we get great crowds. I think the home quarter-final in 50 over cricket, it was sold out. As you say, a bit of a reward for all the loyalty, I guess, if you could call it that, and support. But we need to be doing at least, having at least one home knockout stage a season. I think as you say, the appetite of the public here is they want to see finals cricket. We want to be playing it. It made a huge difference in that quarter final against Worcester. I think we blew them away by the way we played, but also the support we got from the other side of the rope was a huge part of that too. And our guys enjoy that and certainly gets the adrenaline going, that's for sure.